1. How family life changes over the years. When a woman and a man first start their life together, they often look in the same direction. Raising children, building a career, buying a home, struggling with daily household challenges. This common struggle unites, brings them closer together, makes the partners a real team. They experience together both joys and difficulties, and every step seems to be a step towards a common goal. But time passes. Children grow up and leave the parental home, career has either reached its peak or is already completed. And now the spouses are left alone in silence, which previously seemed an unattainable dream, and now turns into an awkward emptiness. It is at this point that many women begin to notice that closeness which seemed eternal dissolved. In its place, habit, everyday life, and the feeling that everything is on her. Many couples do not have time to readjust to the new stage of the relationship. They continue to live in routine but without a common goal. The husband often withdraws into the background. He does not see that the wife continues to perform dozens of inconspicuous duties. The woman begins to feel, instead of a partner, she has a roommate. Emotional distance increases. She no longer feels together with someone, she feels alone next to someone. It's not a breakup, but it's not true intimacy either. To keep the relationship warm, it is important to realize love is not a static feeling. It requires development, attention, and new points of connection at every stage of life. 2. The invisible work, the psychological burden that no one talks about. There's one job that can't be measured in hours or paid for with money, but which is exhausting to the max. It's the emotional work of the family. And more often than not, women are the ones who become those stewards. They remember when which grandchildren's birthday is, who likes what for breakfast, when their husband needs a doctor's appointment and their daughter needs to be reminded about a trip. Even in retirement, they don't rest. On the contrary, their responsibilities can only increase. Grandchildren caring for elderly parents, supporting adult children. The husband, paradoxically, is often left behind. He may help physically, but rarely takes on the emotional and organizational burden. The woman feels everything rests on her. This is what causes fatigue. The constant need to remember for everyone, think for everyone, take care of everyone. The husband may not even realize what a burden his partner is carrying. He does not mind to help, but waits to be told what exactly needs to be done. And the woman does not want to explain. She wants him to want to understand, to notice, to take the initiative. Understanding and recognizing this invisible work is the first step to rapprochement. It can start with a simple question: what can I do to make it easier for you? 3. Fatigue and frustration, when you don't feel like explaining anymore. Years of living together is not only a love story, but also a story of endless repetition. Repetition of requests, explanations, reminders. Please don't drop your socks. Did you remember that our grandson is performing at school today? I need help with dinner. These phrases, said hundreds of times, begin to sound like a mantra, not because women like to talk, but because nothing happens without it. This fatigue isn't about physical exertion, it's about emotional burnout. A woman feels she is not heard, not noticed, taken for granted. In response, she becomes irritable, withdrawn, loses interest in communication. Not because she fell out of love, but because she is tired of being the director of family life. The paradox is that the man can sincerely not understand what is happening. He thinks, everything is normal, we have a house, everything works, so everything is fine. But for a woman, all is well, is when she is appreciated, heard, and shares with her not only joys but also cares. When she doesn't feel like she's on family happiness duty. In these situations, it is important to talk to each other, but not blaming, but explaining your feelings. I get tired when I have to keep everything in my head alone. I want to feel your support and attention. Simple words can be the beginning of change. 4. Missing intimacy when near but not together. Over the years, a woman may feel that her partner has become a stranger to her. Not in the sense that he is a bad person, but in the fact that between them disappeared what once connected heart-to-heart talks, shared dreams, reverent glances. Everything has become functional. Who bought what, who drove where, who called whom. But where are we, where is our soul in these conversations? The lack of emotional intimacy is like living in a house without windows. The walls seem to be standing, the roof is there, but the air and light are missing. A woman can begin to feel lonely despite the fact that her husband is there every day. And this is probably the most painful form of loneliness. Men, on the other hand, often do not realize what is going on. They think that if everything is calm, then everything is fine. They do not realize that the wife every day asks herself the question, does he need me? Does he even notice me? To regain intimacy, you have to relearn how to see each other. Ask questions, not what to buy, but how are you feeling? Not what's for dinner, but what are you dreaming about right now? It doesn't require heroism, just a desire to be close. 5. Hope for change. Why women stay. Despite inner frustration, fatigue, and even irritation, most women don't leave a relationship. They continue to cook, do laundry, take care of things. Why? Because deep down they hope everything can still be changed. All that matters is that the partner notices. This hope is based on love, on memories of better times, on the belief that the man can still hear. A woman may dream not about global changes but about simple things. To be hugged without reason, to say, thank you for dinner, to watch a movie together and discuss not only the news but also feelings. She stays because she believes in the best. And this faith is not naivety but strength. A woman understands. Relationships are a process and change is possible at any age. The main thing is that both want them. 6. The power of small steps. How to bring back the warmth in the relationship. Many men are afraid that all is lost or do not know where to start. But the truth is that a return to intimacy starts small. A woman doesn't expect fireworks. Gestures are important to her. Taking her hand on a walk, making tea, cleaning the kitchen without a reminder, just saying, I'm with you. These gestures are like bricks from which you can again build a house in which it is cozy and warm. In them, attention, participation, recognition. They don't solve everything at once, but they make it clear. I see you. I am near. This is especially important when a woman feels that she is invisible. It is important to be sincere. Not to make it an obligation but to show participation because you want to. Because a partner is not just a part of everyday life, but a person with whom life is connected. 7. New harmony, acceptance, adaptation, and joy in the simple. Women often learn to adapt faster. They find an outlet in grandchildren, in gardening, in friends, in activities they have long dreamed of. They learn to enjoy the little things, the morning sunshine, a call from their daughter, a new book. But that doesn't mean they don't want to be loved. It means they learn to live with what they have and not lose hope. Acceptance isn't resignation, it's realizing. Yes, things have changed, but it's still possible to make life meaningful. And in relationships too. If a man starts to make steps towards, even small, even uncertain, the woman will definitely feel it. And she'll respond. Because it is still important to her, to be needed, to be loved, to be seen. Late love may be quieter, but it has a special depth. It's not about passion, it's about warmth. It's not about drama, it's about reliability. And it can be built together, step by step, with attention and kindness. If you found any of this helpful, leave a comment. Write what you have learned and what you want to apply in your life. It is important for us to know your opinion and get feedback from you. Don't forget that supporting each other is one of the main factors to keep moving forward. Share this article with your friends if you think it can help them too. Together we can inspire each other to make better changes. Take care, and may each new day bring joy and new opportunities. See you in the next articles. With warmth and care for you.